Um, Now it's time to do the Aussie dollar. And as I mentioned to you, this is what you want to be looking at. If you look at the index, this is the Aussie. Let me move this on the other side. You see, it just snapped back above the 104.86 and it closed. Yes, even though it's a slight snap, so I'm not particularly negative on the Aussie as of yet. I'm not gonna say it's a sell signal, but neither is it a buy signal. So because the dollar is going to be strengthening and the Aussie dollar is also on the it's a neutral thing, so that might be the last one in the hierarchy with regards to the dollars. But I have a close sell signal to be keeping an eye on. This is the general bias of the Aussie is to the downside. The dollar also, this is the other way to the dollar. The general bias to the US dollar is to the upside, and the general bias to the Aussie is to the downside. They are both sitting at a structural point. The dollar has not broken to the upside above the structural point, the dollar index. Neither did the Aussie dollar break below the structure point, so we can say we are now beginning the bear leg, so they are both sitting at a breakout point. This is the 104.86 based on the Aussie index, and the 75.94 based on the dollar index. So the dollar is actually looks much more stronger than the Aussie because it is at the 75.94. It is there. That close is there. So to me, that is now, it didn't sell off. It's actually closed at that high, so that is a sign of strength. So I'll be looking, if I'm comparing the dollar, the US dollar and the Aussie, I would be looking at buying the US dollar and selling the Aussie. And from last week, our selling point from last week is below the 106. The plan was from last week to go short below the 106.31, and it is now trading at 105.64. So we are about 100 pips on that trade. We're still above the structure short, which is the 103.89. So we're not so far in a bad trend, but close enough. And there is your 105. So let's just this is from this week. I mean, I just put this line before you guys came into the room when I was doing my homework earlier this morning. Our structural failure would be 105.36 in this case. I mean, yes, I do have a major structure point at the 103.89, but now based on this latest price action, I can move my structure point a little bit higher to the 105.36, and we have closed the week on Friday at 105.69. So we are 30 points away from a major sell signal as far as the Aussie dollar is concerned. So that now I will consider this my short point and my structural short. So my short point is going to be 105.36, and my structural short is going to be the 105.36. I just moved it up a little bit. Alright. And if I go short below that, I'm going to use it as a stop. Okay, now let's see a buying point. I don't have really too much of a buying point from the charts over here. Based on this, we can take it above, we'll buy it above the market side. This will be our buying point. I have to wait until it clears this, and if I do, I will put my stop over here. So I'll buy it at 106.06. I'm going to put my stop below 105.60, so I'm using a 40 pip stop on that long position. And I really don't have any what we can call a structural point to the upside. I can use this as a structural point, the 107.13. So our buying point is going to be 106. My structure long is 107. My long point is 106.06, and my short point, as I said, is the 105.36. It is also my structural short, and it is also my stop. And if I buy it above the 106.06, I'm placing my long stop below 105.60. Okay, that is the Aussie. So let's wrap the numbers. We're going to buy the Aussie if it gets above the 106.06, and if it does, my structure point is going to be the 107.13, my structure long. And if I do buy it above the 106.06, my stop is below 105.60, so I'm risking about 46 pips on that trade. On the short side, my short point, my structure point, and my stop are one and the same. They are 105.36, and when I have a number of a signal that is the structure and the point of entry one and the same, it actually is such a powerful trade to be looking at. And now we're so close, you can keep an eye, put alerts on the Aussie dollar at the 105.36. Okay, this is the Aussie dollar. Let me save it.